Yeah, in the back. I love it. Everybody go good. Oh! Thanks for standing up. Thank you for the respect.
At what point, you know you had to create the framing process in a narrative of any sort. At what point in the process did you think, I'm going to play this linchpin, like, that's my role? I mean, did you consider other people for it, or are you just like, no, whatever, that's my process?
Here's the deal. I'm an ego maniac. No, I was planning on not being in the movie at all, actually. That was my one actual, I know it sounds weird, but it was my one conceit in deciding to direct. I was like, I'll do it, but I can't be in it. And it wasn't like it would be too much work or whatever. I just really wanted to see this work organically grow into something that I basically felt like I was like a guidance counselor for this movie, like trying to get it into a good college. And so to actually bring it to college and be one of its teachers would be weird. So that's kind of how I felt about it. So I was really excited when I wasn't in it. And then we had an actor drop out 2 weeks before we shot it. Now, here's the problem. We had left that scene till the end of the movie. And that's a big one. And in the book, it's like 38 pages or something. And so it's a really tough gig to give an actor saying, you have 2 weeks to, A, understand 38 pages of David Foster Wallace, and B, understand what the hell we've been doing here and where you're going to fit in. C, land this plane after people have been going on this journey and take it home. And D, make sense of everything. So I was like, I got it from here, guys. It's all me, no problem. The only thing I had on my resume that no one else did is that I had read the book 150 times. So the producers were like, I think you're the only person who can do it. You actually understand what to do. It was, bar none, the most terrifying thing I've ever done as an actor, because I had watched on a tiny little screen all these people turn in just like, I remember being like this behind, it was so good, these performances, and I was like, yeah, I didn't know how to give them notes. I was like, do it again? I don't know, maybe we'll get something else, but I thought it was pretty good. John Bailey's going to tell me to go in for a close-up. I don't think we can. And supposedly I have to get an editor. All this stuff. But so when I went on that day, we had just shot the bathroom scene the day before, which I think is one of my favorite parts of the movie. And it like rips the entire crew apart. And it was one of those things that like everyone was going home being like, man, that was intense. That was amazing. We'll see you tomorrow. And I was like, oh my God, I can't do it. And so to do that monologue was really tough. But I hope I just did everybody justice, because it's a weird thing to sort of end the movie and do all those things I was telling you about. But thank you for breaking that up, because I get to tell you that I wasn't supposed to do it. Yeah. The Wire is, I think, the greatest written show on television ever. I think it is. I mean, if you get to the later seasons and you're just like, wait, time out. Now the mayor's involved? Hold up. The mayor's involved with the dots, which are involved with the projects? Wait, hold on. It's just unbelievable. So I was a huge fan. And also, I don't know if, like, I'm that weird guy who watches acting performances and is just like, how did you do it? Every performance on that show is like underplayed. It's like, oh, acting? It's not that hard. I'll just do this. And you're like, oh my God. And your face gets ripped off every week. So, yes, I'm a huge Wire fan. You have time for 2 more?
I would say 2.5.
2.5, great.
2.5 questions.
So I'm going to cut someone off halfway through the question. When you were, good question. Yeah.
All right, I'll stand up. I got it.
Amazing.
Okay, so I wondered if you could talk like specifically about like what thematically spoke to you in the original work, and then the portion that you took from your movie, like what the decision making that you had to make.
That's a good question. I only took the interviews from the book. There's a bunch of short stories in there that are fantastic, but the interviews were the only ones I took because I think they were so inherently conversational in a way. What spoke to me? When I was doing this in college, I got asked to do a stage reading. It was one of those things that, like I said before, I was just doing it for fun. And I played like a 6'3" transvestite in Camino Reel and things like that. You can really be proud of if anyone has pictures. And then I was a part of this, and I remember thinking, oh, this is great, and we all rehearsed separately, like our scenes separately, and I played Chris Maloney's part. Notice I say Chris Maloney's part, not my part. So we did the airport scene alone, and then we got there for one night only to perform them all. And it was one of those things that, like, you were nervous about your part, and then that was over, and then you were watching everybody else. And I remember settling into this incredibly overwhelming state of, like, I don't know, it sounds very cliche, but like enlightenment. It was just this amazing material. And I think what really resonated most for me was, I guess I was 21 at the time, and, you know, in college, I guess if you're quote-unquote finding yourself, to me, David Foster Wallace writes in this way where he observes the world unlike anyone else, and he asks you to look at everything a few degrees to the right and a few degrees to the left. So he presents you with, case in point, like Dominic Cooper's character, that theory that he has about women that have been abused might somehow actually be better off than most other people. That is strictly offensive and provocative right off the bat. But then he tells you all about this character, and he doesn't tell you at the end, like, and by the way, he donates $10 million a year to charity at Christmas, so he's a good guy. It's not like that. It's not easy. He just gives you more and more information about everything that this kid's gone through. And at the end of it, he totally invites you to come back and have the same opinion. I hate this guy, but at least you did the work. To me, that was the definition of social responsibility in a way that I had never felt it before. And I never had felt important enough that my decisions or my feelings would mean anything. So, you know, the last election when people were coming down and saying whatever they wanted to do about each candidate, I was so excited to, like, get all the information I could before I voted, rather than just like, I'm wearing the t-shirt, so I'm going to vote for him, you know. And to me, that was like a huge thing, and I've never gone back. I've never felt that sort of, like, you were part of something important. And I thought that I think that it was one of those things that I wanted to take everywhere else I went. Does that make sense?
One more full question, so make sure that it's amazing.
Hi, so you've been in Austin for a day.
I have.
What do you think? That's the question all of us really have.
Really?
I love Austin.
Oh my God. Let me be honest with you. I had been told by everyone that, like, oh, you're going to Austin? Let me just tell you what Austin is. It's the center of the world. Well, hold on a second. I was like, well, geographically, that's not true. You're a liar. And then they were like, but if you know art, and you know music, and you know movies, and you know anything cool, the Austin people know what that's all about. And I was like, okay, let's just pull it back. So why haven't I been living there? So then I got down here, and it is bar none one of the greatest cities I've ever been to. True, I really do mean that. I was just telling my friend who's been showing me around, her name's Rebecca, she's over here, she's blushing now. And she's sitting down there, and now she's waving, she's not blushing. Damn it. It's one of those things that, like, to be really honest with you, I think there's a small part of me that's kind of crushed that I can't live here because I have to go back to LA, because, like, I find such an affinity with so much of what's going on. We did, like, the art tour, the studio tour today. I was like, what goddamn studio art tour? And then, like, every single, and then we went to, like, all these little restaurants that were self-run, and, like, there's no...
Did you eat tacos or barbecue?
I did eat tacos. I ate tacos at Torchy's. You're welcome, Rebecca. And then we did that, and then last night I took a walk around the Capitol, and it was serene and, like, romantic and amazing. Say it again?
Did you roll down the hill?
I gotta go back tonight. I gotta go back tonight. Unbelievable. No, it's really an unbelievable place, and the fact that, like, all my favorite places around here, there's, like, goddamn Starbucks in sight, and everything's self-run and self-supported, and you guys are just, I mean, the fact that this theater exists is unbelievable, and I gotta say, it's all because of you guys that these places are allowed to stay open, and it's all because of these guys who thought of places to have you support. So, honestly, I am coming immediately right back to this city. And that's a good one to go out. That is